Good hands. I like that. Excuse me.
With the ambidextrous Geno Auriemma, throwing lefty and righty. First of all, welcome. Thanks for coming down. Appreciate you having some time to join us here tonight. Got a great crowd here. I want to ask you about Saturday night, and I want to talk big picture. I know you were talking about it with the media afterwards because you had a big part in putting this whole event together at the Barclays Center. How do you
piece of lint?
How do you think it went for a first time out?
Well, I thought it was great. You never know how these things are going to go, but it all depends on the people running the event. The Barclays, they've got the WNBA champions there, right? And they have the Nets, and they're used to having big events. So I knew they would do a great job, and the Fox people are used to showing big events, and the Horizon people are great at putting the whole thing together. So we knew we had all the main players in place. You just hope that everything goes well and that it's well received, and I think it was, and the crowd was great, and it was loud, and it looked great on TV. So that's basically what you want. And the first game was very competitive. Went down to the wire, so to speak, and second game was more like it, to my liking. So I think it went great, and next year it's the same four teams, but it'll be at Madison Square Garden instead of the Barclays, and we will play Iowa, and Louisville will play Tennessee. After that, we don't know who the other three teams will be, but we'll work on that between now and then.
But you're the host school.
We're the host school. We'll be in it every year.
Nice. Very good.
It's my tournament, so I should be the host.
Yeah, agreed. And you just signed a 5-year deal, so, yeah, you should be there.
I know.
For sure.
I know.
As far as the game goes, fantastic defensive effort by your club. Kept the turnovers down, particularly the first three quarters. We thought that was going to be a big key. And then you got contributions from a lot of people not named Paige Beckers. And although Paige didn't shoot the ball well, she had 10 rebounds, 6 assists, so she played a big role there. But you got a lot of contributions in that game on Saturday, for sure.
We did. And generally speaking, I would say when two pretty good teams play, especially two pretty good defensive teams, it's really difficult for the other team's best player to have a big night. And that's because the entire defensive game plan is built around not letting that player get all the touches that they're used to. So you need contributions from other people. You need other people to take advantage of the fact that every time Paige has the ball and we get a ball screen, they were trapping her. Well, that opens up a 4-on-3 situation, and you have to capitalize on it. And they kept doing it, and we kept capitalizing on it. So Paige just being on the floor helps everybody else be a better player. And she's so unselfish, like she's not going to go out there and just start taking bad shots just to shoot the ball. And she's going to do other things, 10 rebounds, and she's going to play good D, and she's going to get her number of assists. So, the supporting cast, so to speak, I thought had a great night, all of them, and I think especially, obviously Sarah, is a difficult matchup for any of those guys. But I thought without Paige, AZ obviously did AZ stuff, what she does, and then Ash came off the bench, and I told them before the game that they had to change the game. The guys coming off the bench had to change the game. That whatever was happening in the game, they had to, stir things up a little bit. And she came in and immediately had a huge impact on the game. So those are all good things, and they may not mean anything Thursday night, but it meant a lot Saturday night.
Right. As far as AZ goes, yeah, she hit 4 threes, but I thought the most impressive offensive play that she made was in the first half. She was, I think, in the right corner, the post-up move, and then she got the reverse layup, and I think that's indicative not only of what she's done in the past, but I think it's also a payoff of what she's done in the weight room to rehab that injury with the strength that she had and the ability to be able to do that.
Yeah, she's one of the best conditioned athletes we've had at UConn. that's why it's crazy that all this stuff keeps happening to her. But she's just so incredibly well put together for a basketball player. Like if you were going to build like the perfect basketball player, that's what it would look like, you know. So we encourage her every time she touches the ball to force the action, you know, make a play. Don't give the defense a break by passing it back. You know, when you take the ball, be in attack mode, and they're either going to have to try to guard you one-on-one, which they can't, or they're going to have to double team you, which same thing with Paige, then opens up something for somebody else. So, you know, between Paige and AZ and Sarah, we've got 3 players that are really, really hard to play against. And, you know, all 3 of them made huge contributions the other night.
Yeah, and as far as AZ's injury, you talked about it earlier today. She'll miss Thursday, but day-to-day, I mean, that's obviously the best-case scenario.
Yeah. I mean, for sure Thursday, and then, you know, Sunday, who knows? But we're not gonna rush back into anything. You know, when she's ready, she's ready. You know, when you've been through what she's been through, there's no, you know, there's no sense in hurrying up and getting her back in. So I would expect that she'll be out this week, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Just remind me, same knee or the other knee?
I don't know. All the knees look alike to me.
Well,
all the knees
one that
look
doesn't have
alike to me.
the one that doesn't have the slices in it.
Yeah,
the scars in it, I should say.
No, I think it was I think she got hit. She got
on the right
side.
Okay. All right. We'll get into Sarah Strong next because she had a marvelous night, but she also did something that we haven't seen from her yet in the first 8 games of the season. It's the UConn Women's Basketball Coaches Show. We are live at the Dunkin Music Lounge at iHeart Radio Hartford, home of our flagship Fox Sports 97.9. We'll be back with Geno in a minute here on Learfield. Stay with us.